Hello everyone, here we are again. I missed last week. I had a problem with my car and so I didn't get home in time for my class and I didn't do a yoga snippet either. So tonight I wanted to look at strengthening and opening the wrists a little bit, and then how to relieve the wrists as well if you've been spending too long. These are wonderful wrist exercises if you've been spending too long on a computer, or if even during your yoga practice, a really good preparation for anything that involves standing on your hands, including downward dog and even just being on all fours. So this is what I do. So the first thing that's important, as always, when you come onto all fours or when you come onto your hands in any position, is to be aware that you're not pushing your weight down through your wrists. Otherwise, it just becomes untenable. If you let the whole weight of your body descend through your wrists, then they're going to get very tired very quickly. So do you remember that trick? Imagine that your hands are glued to the ground. Imagine that you're trying to pull your hands away from the ground, but you can't because they're glued there. Can you see what's happening to my spine there? If I do that little imagination and then I let my arms come through my shoulders rather than blocking at my shoulders, there's an immediate sort of sense of being lifted through my spine, and all of a sudden a lot more space, a lot more lightness there in the front of my wrists. So that's the first little thing to think about. And then we'll just go through these a couple of times. Usually I would spend longer, but obviously these little snippets are quite short. So you leaving your hands in that position, firstly turn your hands out to the sides and just begin to very gently lean from one side and to the other. Thing to do is to keep that space, keep that sense of lifting away from your wrists, but also try and keep the heels of your hands on the ground and the fingers and thumbs nice and long, not stretched, but just nice and long, completely connecting to the ground. Next stage, continue to turn the hands all the way around so that the middle fingers are facing your knees, the thumbs are out to the side. Same thing, still lifting through the spine, heels of the hands on the ground, fingers nice and long. And from that position, try leaning back as if you wanted to sit onto your heels. So do that quite a few times. So I'm speeding through a little bit. Next position, come onto the backs of your hands, which will feel really nice. So you're on the backs of your hands, your fingers are pointing away from you. Now in this little variation, the heels of the hands will lift. I'm going to start with the left hand so that you can see. I'm going to start turning the left hand inwards, like the hands of a clock. Then carry on back towards the knee, out to the side, and all the way back to the front. Now can you see the heel of my hand has very definitely lifted away from the mat there. Same thing on the other side, turning the fingers, this time in an anti-clockwise direction, coming all the way back round, and then still lifting through the spine, just little by little, seeing if you can ease the heels of the hands back towards the ground. And then you can sit back onto your heels, and this is where the nice relieving bit comes in. Simply squeeze into that space there between the arm and the hand. Squeeze really tightly between your thumb and index finger. Squeeze really tightly. And then with your thumb, just some lovely massaging movements as if you wanted to pop your hand off the end of your wrist. Obviously that's not going to happen, but just some nice lengthening Same thing on the other hand. Start by squeezing really tightly into that space, and then with your thumb, just quickly working around. And then a good old shake, and there you are. So your hands will really love it. As I say, that was quite a speedy version. You could spend as much time as feels comfortable working on those, and enjoy. And I shall see you next week. It's nearly Christmas. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.